Welcome to the How I Met Your Mother Superfans podcast. I'm your co-host James Hamilton, along with my good friend Chris Venezio.
Hello.
This is an in-depth discussion of the CBS comedy How I Met Your Mother. There will be spoilers. This podcast is intended for fans who've seen the entire series. After we introduce this week's episode, we'll watch the episode together and give our commentary. Chris, could you tell them how the commentary portion works?
Yeah, listeners at home can sync up our commentary with their TV, computer, or other streaming device. Go ahead and get the episode queued up. We'll tell you when to start the episode in a little bit. Also, I want to point out that each week James and I get so much out of discussing the episode. We learn more about the show, the characters, the production challenges, and ourselves. And that's why we really enjoy doing this, and we hope you enjoy it too.
So Chris, the episode we're going to watch today is Best Burger in New York. This was originally aired September 29th, 2008, directed by Pam Fryman, of course, and written by the show creators, Carter and Craig.
Mm-hmm.
So,
how many do they write?
I'm sure they write quite a few. Obviously, they write the hinge pin episodes, the pivot episodes, those critical character moments. And this is kind of a critical character moment episode for Marshal. Mm-hmm. This is the one where he... after a long period of unemployment, he gets the job at G&B, which is a job he has for a majority of the series.
Yeah, he does. He does work there for quite a while. So, what is most memorable about this episode?
It's obviously in the title. It's the burger. I mean, at least for me, it's everyone. I talk about relatable episodes. Like everyone, unless you're a vegetarian, but even vegetarians at one point were probably meat eaters, and everyone will argue about what's the best burger, what's the best cheesesteak, what's the best pizza, in your city, whatever your city happens to be famous for. And so, and finding that perfect burger and then not being able to find it again, that last part is actually a little confusing for me because I always know where my favorite burger is.
Right. I mean, they go on a magical quest to find the burger, and he loses it for several years, and That seems like that would be difficult to do in real life, because, if the place moves, you can track it down. Although when it happened, the internet wasn't as prevalent. It might be more difficult at that time to figure things out. It was back in 2002, I believe, is when they flash back to.
Yeah, and of course there's always like that place that you love, but it went out of business, but you've been out of town for a while, and no one told you it was going out of business, and then you come back and it's a different store now, which is exactly what happens at the end of this episode. It's an ATM before they figure out where it actually moved to. But that would be, if my favorite place shuts down and I've been away for a while and I come back, the first thing out of your mouth should be, "I'm sorry, but Burger Shack is closed. It should not be high. Welcome back. You need to warn me so that I don't go there." Greet you with like a cup of coffee and a blanket, like the cops do after a trauma.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to need to sit down for this.
So I'm all about the burger in this episode, Chris. Did it stand out as much to you, or did something else stand out to you about this episode?
I do like the burger part of it, but no, what stood out to me more, the biggest thing was Regis Philbin.
Oh, yeah.
He is hilarious. And they also give him superpowers.
Yeah.
He's able to smash things with his bare hands, so that's fun. I don't know if he asked for that, like to be in the script, or they just wrote it and he
probably just showed up one day and he's like, "I'm in this episode now."
Right? Yes, he could do that. He's Regis Philbin. And then the other thing is, there's a point where I was unemployed, and I remember quoting Marshall's line, like when he's going to interviews and none of them are going well. He's like, This is the third one. And he's like, "You are sad. You are sad and broken. You're going to go do this. You're going to come home. You're going to put on your comfy pants, and you're going to take a nap." Yeah. And I was like, that is how I felt every time I went to an interview. It's like, just get it over with. Come home, put on your comfy pants, and just curl up into a ball.
Yeah. Well, it turns out well for Marshall at the end, so I'm excited to watch this episode. Are you ready?
Yeah, do it.
All right.
If you haven't already, go ahead and cue up the commentary portion of the podcast. If your TV, computer, or other streaming device isn't ready to play, pause the podcast now and come back to us when you're ready.
Okay, everybody ready? Start the episode in 3, 2, 1, now. We start with a lovely slideshow of stock photos from the 1970s.
Yeah, right. This is not even probably the New York that they experienced if they moved there in 2002.
And then the graphic designer at How I Met Your Mother headquarters had a lot of work to do in this episode.
Yep. Yeah, this is... do they do this in any other episode where they have things morph?
I don't remember this morphing, but, you know, the Canadian bar, that's all fake, the outside at least. So you see it occasionally.
Look at all that swag.
Probably the only time you'll see Barney wearing a ball cap.
I don't remember him doing it. It's contrary to his whole appearance, and it's like standing out against the, what does he call it, t-shirt and jean wearing
T-shirt and jean wearing masses, yeah. Everybody likes swag.
Lily's got auburn hair this season.
Oh, here's that scene you're talking about. I love this.
Mm-hmm.
He also does this mirror talk for the marathon episode.
No. He has chafed nipples in that one, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
It's big underpants, not comfy pants.
Yes.
But yeah, that's how I felt. Here's Wendy the waitress for you.
My favorite waitress on television. That's not how it works.
It's not how any of this works. I do this on occasion. Very frustrating, and at least I'm not doing it to somebody else. But like where I'll drive around and be like, I'll find some place I want to go, and I drive around for like 45 minutes, and then I'm just like, just pick something.
Yeah.
Just go anywhere. Go to the next place that you see.
I definitely had those moments where like, I'm hungry. I don't know what to eat though. What a wonderful problem to have.
Yeah, there's your first word problem of the day.
Yeah. Look at it. These are gigantic burgers.
They do look good. This episode does always make me hungry. I don't really care for the onion rings.
Yeah, we should have warned our listeners that this is an episode that's going to make you hungry. And if you have your earphones on, you can really hear that crunch when Barney takes a first bite there.
Mm. Do you think that they added that sound in post, or do you think that there's actually just like a really crisp pickle in there and they had the boom right next to his face?
Yeah, it seems all natural to me, but...
Yeah, but that's also somebody's job to make that sound as natural as possible.
Can't wait till we get to the episode where we find out why Marshall knows what his grandpa's feet taste like.
Yeah. That was probably a dare.
Yeah. Something his brothers made him do.
Yep, exactly.
And here we go to, this is season 4, and this is 8 years before, so this is 4 years before the pilot episode. So we get a
so
rare...
maybe 2001?
Yeah, a rare glimpse into the early days of the apartment.
Yeah, they don't often go back here.
We got the swords. We got the brown couch.
They did do some flashbacks in the duel where they're showing them like assembling their furniture, but that was pretty brief. That was just like, use wood glue. Okay.
Yeah.
They spend a couple minutes here in the past, and yeah, Marshall's terrified of New York.
All right.
Yeah.
It's an acceptable greeting. Here, this guy shows up 8 years later.
Still doing the exact same job.
Lily just took a fake bite.
Is she a vegetarian?
No, but
Allison?
she's an actor, probably doesn't want to eat a burger.
Yeah.
Doing 10 takes.
Right. And they also have to really watch what they eat and probably work out all the time to keep their figures. Or they have magic DNA.
Yeah.
Either that.
Now, talk about like a memorable episode. This is quite a close-up on Jason Segel's face here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for a while.
Could use a little closer shave.
Yeah, it's a little raw.
Yeah,
it's like a little more human.
Yeah.
He's got like cheese or something on the side of his face there. Not like a lot, but just like a little bit. What's funny about this is that the burger actually is magical, and it's not.
Oh, ow!
Yeah, Marshall's dead now. But it's not just that he had moved to New York and he wanted something to make him feel safe, and that when he loses it, that it's just he's remembering it as better than it actually was. It actually turns out that the burger is that good,
Yeah.
even 8 years later.
Neither one of them, no.
Right.
They're both Midwestern boys. Although, you'd think they'd be a little more familiar with the city since they went to school in New York State. The state of New York.
Right. Where is Westland, do you think?
I have no idea. Now, the creators said once that they like to give each character an obsession in each episode, and clearly, Marshall's obsession is the burger, but Barney's obsession is he keeps dropping these lines about how great G&B is.
Mm-hmm.
And it pays off later, obviously.
Right.
Robin's obsession is just eating anything.
Yeah. Yeah, this episode also taught me what the Zagat guide was.
Yeah.
A simple thank you, I'll check that out, would have done fine.
Yeah.
But not as funny, but
He's
let's humiliate the guy.
He's a little stressed out.
Yeah, that's true. Well, he's pretending that he's unemployed still.
Yeah. Regis's face is on the wall of every restaurant here.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Maybe not. What was this? Maybe not like the veggie one. Veggie Heaven. Oh, it is. Totally is. You liked that place too.
Breaking the case. A little Mosby Boy detective.
Yeah. Mosby Boys!
Yes.
Yeah, superhuman strength!
Like, he had 3 guys just in their street clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Able to just walk into the gym.
Yep. We want to talk to Regis. Okay.
Barney does a lot of scared acting
Mm-hmm.
in this series.
It's true.
Satchel mouth?
Yeah. What does that mean? Yeah, Barney does spend a lot of his time in the series scared. That's because he's doing dangerous stuff all the time.
Yeah, and he puts himself in a lot of situations where he has it coming.
Yeah.
Not that time, though.
No. He just didn't realize that Regis is scary. It's also wildly inappropriate to touch somebody else's food.
Yeah, so cruel.
Yeah. You just stuff some fries in your mouth before you go.
That's what she said?
Yeah, I'm not sure where to go with that. That stands on its own.
Yeah. Robin's like struggling to stay awake.
Yeah, she's weak.
So tired. Need meat.
No calories.
Now, this is the first appearance in the series of $1 Million Heads or Tails, which comes back later when Robin is considering the occupation as a currency rotation specialist.
Right. Or a coin flip bimbo.
That's right.
And that one is hosted by Alex Trebek later. Regis apparently leaves the show. Probably he did something scary. Or he got even more superpowers and is out fighting crime. I have no idea.
You just, like the real show they're parroting, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? You're just like, I'm tired of doing it. Let someone else do it.
Mm-hmm. Somebody could have given theirs to her.
Yeah.
This is not okay.
That's
very cool.
Yeah. Now that you mention that's another opportunity where Ted could have been the hero that he was next to be.
Yeah. A lot of build up there.
It's very, very rare for...
Yeah, I guess that was more funny at that point. He spent that much time talking to just not make it dirty.
Yeah.
It's the unexpected.
Here we get a nice little poetry reading.
Mm-hmm.
This is the episode that taught me what pas de deux means.
I still don't know what it means.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Oh, it's the first time you heard it?
I made that up.
Couldn't write your own vows.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, do you know what that means?
Yeah.
No. Robin's drinking her calories over there.
Yeah. And go with the full flavored soda.
Mm-hmm.
You can't really escalate it any higher than that.
Didn't feel strongly about those.
Yeah.
And the cook is the same that's in when they find the real restaurant, and this is a different cook.
Here we go with the underpants.
You're right about the underpants. Almost usually, yeah. It is almost usually.
A nice piece of continuity there. Lily's water bottle is seen in the beginning of the episode.
Hmm.
Ted the Explainer.
Yeah. You gotta explain it. It seems like that kind of works there, though.
Yeah. Probably wouldn't attract much attention.
It's actually pretty good.
He's a good singer.
Yeah. Yeah, he and Josh have done stuff on Broadway. But like the song itself is a little too long.
Yeah.
But like if the catchphrase is just saying their own name.
This is preaching.
So close. Almost made it.
Want it. Want it.
Just take the burger with you.
Just
take the whole burger.
They all just dine and ditch there anyway.
Yeah, at least at McLaren's I saw Ted throw money down on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch out for that newspaper machine.
Doesn't look too stable.
Nope. Your search is over.
Bum, 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 bum. Robin's about to melt down.
Yeah. Yeah, like she can't even like. Yeah, like she can't even think anymore.
Food. Another instance of Lily being physically abusive to Barney.
Yep. Here's an episode where Marshall does keep a secret from Lily, at least for a while.
Yeah, that no questions asked episode just opened up the series to a whole lot of continuity errors.
Right. Yeah, just ignore that one, and then the rest of it's fine.
Yeah, like how can you write a sitcom without the characters occasionally lying to each other?
Yeah. I mean,
that would be a challenge.
You're right, and conflict. Yeah, why don't we just remove all the conflict from the show? It's true. Sometimes anything.
She's eating.
Barbecue.
Garbage.
Yeah, it's like I think she said it wasn't opened. It's like I don't know. It's unopened. Probably not poison in there. Yeah, sometimes taking the job that you don't really want, but taking anything just so you have a reason to put on pants. I've done it.
Yeah. I think he's even wearing the same outfit.
As lazy as that would be, I'd also be okay with it. She's licking the glue.
Envelope?
She's licking the glue off the envelope. Which is that's more gross than eating chips out of a garbage can.
Yeah. Does anyone have a G&B card? No. Not me. Not me. Not me. Not
Pay
me.
some ATM fees. There's the cook.
Yeah.
I feel like, though, in the flashback there were sesame seeds on the bun, and none of their buns have sesame seeds on them. Not that would make a huge difference, but it's a texture thing.
Yeah. I think the sesame seed might have been in his poem. Or maybe
right.
not.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go back and listen to it, but yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. He described everything else in amazing detail. But, closed captioning, I always thought Lily said, just get comfy and lie there. But it just said, get comfy and die there.
Oh.
It's so happy.
Nothing
else, could compare.
There's Regis with the
his
fake out.
His
clearly
plate has
not
been
in the
there.
shot.
Yeah, his plate was there, but he hasn't been in the shot until right then. I never really liked this. I never really liked that part. Cause,
the cook's excited.
Yeah. So it's like, Regis says it's not it, and then it turns out that it is. I'm like, okay, why'd you do that? I don't know.
Yeah, they just needed one more line for Regis.
I guess so.
A little stinger at the end.
You couldn't just smash something.
So talking about like the themes of this episode, we touched on at the beginning, like it's a little bit of a nostalgia clouding your judgment, maybe. It's a theme that they return to a lot, is trying to recapture your youth.
Yeah.
Or comparing your adult life and not being where you thought you would be, and then sort of, through a little transference, focusing on something, like in this case, the burger that was so great when he was 22.
Right.
And he hasn't had one since.
Yeah, something from the past.
So, that's kind of what I got out of it, in addition to just being a fun, relatable story.
Yeah,
But this isn't the first time that Marshall is fixated on food. That we saw in the first season. Drum roll, please. If you watch the background acting of Ted or of Marshall with the cake, and he's just obsessed with the cake. And then the follow-up episode is all about him trying to find that cake.
Right. See, ask her about the cake. Where'd they get the cake? If Ted had paid attention to him, they would have been able to find Victoria faster. We could have just gone to the bakery and be like, oh, holy crap, you're here.
Yeah.
It's a meet cute.
It's a meet cute. Instead of a creepy stalker thing.
Right. This episode is good. I think that you're right that he's not doing what he wants to do, and that makes him look backwards. But then it sort of happens fluidly as well, where Robin's like, I know where that place is. I walk by there all the time. Which made me wonder, as I've watched this episode over the years, if Marshall really loves this burger, how does he not ask everyone, anytime he meets a new person? Long enough to consider them a friend. Oh, by the way, you've been around New York. Have you ever seen a green door and a red neon sign that says burger? Because, you have experiences and you might have seen it.
Yeah, it does seem kind of odd that he's known Robin for 4 years, and that conversation of, who's got the best burger? That's who's got the best food is definitely one of those conversations, easy conversations you can have with someone that you just met, and compare stories. But it is a Carter and Craig episode, so it does seem like it's one of those ideas that they had, before the series started, that they definitely wanted to do. They just didn't get around to it till season 4.
Yeah.
And it is, very early in season 4, so they got to it as soon as they could, I guess.
Yeah, and I mean, the bigger picture, it's still kind of early in the show's run. It's not even halfway through. But yeah, I agree that it being Bays and Thomas written episode is probably something that they had thought about. Maybe they wanted to work it into the first season and just never got a chance to do it.
Yeah, they kind of they tied it into the B story about Marshall getting a new job, so maybe they used that as their opportunity to do the best burger in New York idea.
You mentioned every character having like an obsession. At least that's what the creators say they do. I mean, in this, we got to see Barney's. That was good. And Robin's is the cleanse. They're trying to eat something. And Lily's being supportive. And Marshal's going after the burger. I was Ted in this episode?
Yeah. What did he do?
I remember the few times that we commented on him. But other than that, he was barely in it. Yeah, he had to explain about... about the underpants radius. Wasn't even him that brought it up, but yeah, he had to explain it. And he gives Barney that look about the pas de deux. He grabs a t-shirt that's thrown at him.
You'd definitely think like Ted would know what pas de deux was.
Yeah, that's his kind of thing. It's kind of douchey.
Well, he needed to take an episode off because this is the second half of the Stella storyline for Ted. So...
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, that's true. Looking at the episode that comes after this, it's when they go to New Jersey. That's a fun one, too. The best place to party in New Jersey. We're going to drop a massive New Jersey?
Yes. Yeah, he once said that he would do a lot to get laid, but he would not go to New Jersey.
Yep.
Yeah, he just forgets that.
Right.
But that's a whole nother episode.
It is, but yeah, I mean, well... Sarah Chalk will do that to you.
No, yeah, I might drive to New Jersey for Sarah Chalk too.
Yeah.
So, any last words on the best burger in New York?
I like the way he's talking about the playful little pickle. Like that. This is a fun way to sort of tie up the poem there. That always stuck out in my mind.
What do you like on your burger, Chris?
Well, I like it medium. Medium rare if I trust the place. Definitely has to have cheese on it. I saw several of their burgers didn't have cheese.
I saw a lot of them had like a clearly not melted piece of cheese.
Yeah.
That irritates me.
Yeah, that's not okay. Yeah, put it on there when it's warm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like I don't like burgers if there's no cheese. It has to have cheese on it. But I don't like a whole lot else on it. I do like bacon on my cheeseburger, and I don't mind if the pickle's on the side. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of a child, so I don't usually eat the lettuce or the tomato on there. No. Definitely no onions. I'm with Regis on that. I would smash something if there were onions on my burger.
Well, I'm quite an adventurous eater, so I like all the vegetables on there, and then these crazy restaurants where they have like the garlic aioli or the mushroom pizza or some other words like pas de deux that I don't know what they mean, but
right.
They end up being real tasty. There's one that had like pureed dates on it that I ate once. It was a delicious burger.
So I'd eat it. Yeah, I'd try that at least. I like different sauces, although I have found that if the burger is good enough, if it's juicy enough, if it's cooked the right way, I don't want any condiments on it.
Yeah.
The juice is good enough.
Speak for itself.
Exactly. If it's not good enough to stand on its own, ketchup and mustard or barbecue sauce, not all three at the same time, and never mayo.
Hey guys, I can't thank you enough for putting up with us for another episode. I'm really enjoying taking such a deep look at this show. We hope you're enjoying it. We'd love to hear from you. Email us at himymsuperfans@gmail.com. That's it for today, folks. I've been James.
And I've been Chris.
It's been a pleasure. From all of us here at Metro News 1, Barnacle out. Music by Kevin MacLeod.
Pas de deux.
Pas de deux.